Dad and I got the farm all ready for the big freeze coming up. Took and slid the door shut. I got a little bit of manure right there I need to dig out, and I see we got a peeing gutter. It's broken. It is what it is. Well, I have no clue where I am at with my videos. We got the barn all closed up here, at least the one end anyhow. There's a chunk of manure that is prohibiting that door from sliding its full potential that way, closing that off just like how these other 3 doors here are supposed to be. Okay, it is what it is. You can, this was originally a pig pen set up for pigs, and each one of these posts here run a string of gates right down the way here, and at that post there, so it'll be that post, this post, I think it was this here, and that one there. They were all gates here. And then we had out the barnyard itself, we had the same run, and that's where how we did the pigs. We had a feed tank that sat outside the door. There's still a pad there from where the tank sat. I had an auger that came in through here. I think it might have run across that beam there, and then it came over or so and down into every feeder for the pigs where there was a post. There was a feeder. Okay? And that's how the feed got dispensed into the pigs. Okay? So it has since been turned into just a barn for the cows. So one of the things that we have to do is we have to, like always, make sure the light bulb is, or the light bulbs are on. Let's make that plural, because there's more than one light bulb. Okay. So, yeah. And they're both on. I can feel the heat pouring out of the room. The little box there that keeps the pump, that houses the pump, that pushes water from the well. Okay, that is one of the many things that need to be done when it gets cold out, is making sure that them light bulbs keep that pump warm so that the pump does not freeze. Because if it were to freeze, well, we would have frozen water lines for sure, and we kind of want to try to avoid that around here. That's why we don't dig our barnyards out, or the inside of the barns. That's why we don't clean them out, is because the water lines run underneath the barn here. Same for this barn and the one upstairs, because there's water lines that run all underneath the concrete, and if you expose those when it is cold out, regardless if you put fresh straw back right then, just a little bit of a chill will freeze them water lines right up, and we want to try and avoid that. Yep, that pad right there is where the feed tank used to sit. Don't ask me how my father was able to get as close as he did with the snow blade, in order to avoid hitting this door. I honestly feel like there should be another one of them ingots over here on this side, but it is what it is. That thing is going in the car garage just for 3 days while it gets really cold out. You know, I absolutely don't like when when it thaws out, it makes slush. And then it freezes hard again. You got to bounce all over the frozen pile, or the frozen ruts and all that. And it's aggravating. It's going to be aggravating for the next 2 weeks because it's not supposed to get up above freezing. Okay? So, I can normally go between 15 to 20 miles an hour over to home, but I don't feel like breaking my machine, so I can't even get it past, 7, 8 or so mile an hour. I mean, that's just because of all the ruts that the slush made, and it would have been nice if I had like a 9-foot PVC pipe behind me I could have just drug home, or even just a steel pipe, flattened out all the ruts and everything that the slush made when it thawed and then it refroze. Hit that a couple times and then life would have been good. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. I mean, we're just gonna ultimately have to deal with this for the next 2 weeks, but you know what? It's fine. We don't have nowhere pressing to be other than to do chores, so we can just go at a measly, 7 mile an hour, 8 mile an hour or so. It's going to have to be what it's going to have to be, because I'm not tearing my machine up. So I'm just about little more than halfway home, and I just happened to look down, and I probably should go fill up. Gas tank, that is. So I will be back, because I doubt that the gas can in the building will be enough. This is an 11-gallon gas tank instead of 7 as the older Gators, and yeah, I know I don't have enough of gas over here to replenish the Gator. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, good morning. I know that a couple of yous will probably cry because the video is in the dark, but hey, I for one don't care. We have us a heater plugged in this outlet here, run through underneath the door. We got a turbo heater installed in here to kind of help keep the place warm. There's not very many animals in here. I got down to, well, in the 40s, but it's just enough to keep the chill off of things. We don't really need any diesel fuel to dump in this thing. We will by end of tonight, though. Just to kind of top things off and make sure that the water lines don't freeze, because that is a major problem, is having water lines freeze. So I've been asked, what do farmers do when it gets cold out? Well, we got smudges all over the lens. I don't like that. There we go. All better. I think it's mostly because of the light that I need to see to to fuel or fill my diesel fuel jug back up again. I might as well do it now. Oh dear. I think our hose. Yeah, we better do it now because, I mean, look at that. That hose is frozen, okay? And if I don't do it like right meow, it, I won't be able to get any diesel fuel whatsoever because the hose will be so darn froze. I mean, that hose is just, yeah. Better get your gasoline and everything now that you need, because you won't be able to get none come, what, Tuesday, Wednesday, tomorrow or Wednesday. Today being inauguration day, 2025, but let's not remember, or let's not forget when the real president was inaugurated into our lives. That being the day that you accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. That is when the real inauguration happened, when Jesus Christ took up residency in your life. So, yeah, I better be texting the boys or calling them across the road, and we better be making sure that them service trucks are all full of fuel. So I will do that, and we'll get back with you in a little while. So it is comfortably warm in here. I mean, it's not like warm enough to where you can get rid of a coat, but it is comfortably warm in here. There's some things in here that need to be done that I cannot show on YouTube, but it is what it is, and our chores will get done in a timely fashion. So now that we've gotten our diesel fuel, well, our gas tank, our fuel hose is all flexible for our gasoline that we need for our welder. So that way we can keep on keeping on doing various shop projects and things like that. So I just got done feeding the ducks. It is way too cold out to even consider breaking ice for the ducks, okay? And it's going to be that way until Wednesday, when it slowly starts warming up. We just basically, during winter time, just basically go around, make sure all the waters are okay, and that the heat lights are going, the heat lights are going, the water lines are thawed out, and that there aren't any issues that need addressing. So I'm going to try and explain to the class why we've taken the time to prepare ourselves for getting ready for this cold. The reason being is this net wrap here would be really froze to the bales if we didn't put it inside at -4 temperature, and it feels like -12 out. Yes, even though it's still cold in the building here, the wind is what makes things freeze, okay? Even though there's a crust on these bales, guaranteed to be able to pull the wrap right off them and dump them right in my round bale ring. So you guys will see me dump hay in the ring before. We won't bore you with that. That stays in the shop when it gets really cold out, sets at a high idle. When I'm not using it, opening doors and stuff to keep the engine oil circulated. So I'm sure you guys are curious how I bed the barn. I unroll the wrap just like as explained earlier, because it'd be kind of hard to get the straw off with the wrap on it. And then I just back through the barn shaking it, and then I go through with a pitchfork afterwards and scatter it around. What looks better, this or that? Leave your comments below. There's no right or wrong answer. I should say there's no wrong answer. Right? Right. Okay, so what we're working on today is we need to figure out, well, not figure out, I know how. Hang on in here. The hood latch ain't the world's best thing, but it is what it is. I don't trust a single latch design for the hood, but hey, it is what it is. We need to figure out how to get this deck off, and I have a good idea of how that is going to happen. There is a spring-loaded pulley, belt tensioner, that you slide the belt off on, and the belt comes off. We need to get this deck off of here because it needs some work done to it, and well, it just needs some work done to it. So after consulting the operator's book for clarifications on what needs to happen, this needs to slide to the right, and it ain't going. Why ain't it going? I don't know why it ain't going. Ah, dang. Damn. The hell? Fucking bullshit. Why ain't that thing wanting to come loose? Oh, wait a minute. It has something to do with this over here being caught. like such. Okay. Okay, so that's how that goes. That makes sense. Still latched. Fucker. Dang it. So, I'm doing this completely bass-ackwards. Simple as that. So I had somebody in the comments section, or not in the comments section, I had somebody in general just ask me, what all do you do during wintertime when you're not in the fields doing things? Well, we're getting ready. We do maintenance. I do most of the oil changes, bedding barns, making sure waters are up to par, and just general maintenance in general this time of year. Is really nothing to do outside, so that's basically all that we do as farmers, is get ready for the upcoming year, whether it be getting lawnmowers ready to go, or tractors, or combine, planting equipment. It all has to be ready at some point. So what better opportunity to do that than during winter time? So I'm just standing here eating my snack and just admiring this nice clean truck that Mike did, that I noticed there was some white impurities right in through here.
Chunk of wax, you knucklehead.
Well, you know, I can't find anything else wrong with your polishing job, so I had to look elsewhere.
Yeah, you gotta look in the cracks to find something.
Darn right.
Crackhead. Crackhead.
Oh, don't even go there.
Crackhead.
It looks good.
Crackhead. You can see yourself in that thing.
I know, right? Okay, so since we got that thing all off, we need to get this crane set up here, so that way we have some sorts of a way to pick the deck up, because we cannot get to that crane up there. Yeah, gotta put the pins in that, well, keep this thing from tipping over, because if it were to tip over and drop that mower deck, we would be in big trouble. So it's basically just like a floor jack on steroids. Well, it's an engine hoist basically for picking engines, but we're gonna not use it the way that it's been intended for. We're going to use it to pick that mower deck up with, so we can get underneath it to sharpen the blades up for grass cutting 2025. Oh, don't tell me this thing's out of oil. Nope, it's just slow going. Just really slow going. But that's how they're designed, is to go nice and slow, so that way yeah, you don't damage anything. So what you do is you we pull some more pins, take this pin out, and then we can slide our mast. And when my grandpa owned this, he was kind enough to put paint every so often, so you could line your hole, that hole there, up with whatever you wanted to pick up. So we'll put the hole there, and life will be good. Okie dokie, so we got her all ready to lift, or hoist I should say in crane terms. We need to hoist this thing up, flip it over, so that way we can service it. Now you're probably thinking, well, why can't you lift it up on its head that way? Well, because you can see right now what is coming towards you is the lifting apparatus for the tractor, what picks the deck up on the tractor end, okay? If I were to pick up on this end here, flip it back up towards the tractor, I would bend that hoisting apparatus this ain't gonna work. Oh dear. Well, this ain't gonna work. What I need to do is I need to change my point of lift. I need to put this down all the way and then do shorten this really, really short. Okay, that's where I went wrong. Well, there, I like that a lot better than having the thing clear out here, trying to pick up and not going anywhere. And I see we got a bit of a mess on the floor, but hey, it is what it is. I can guarantee you that we will get a lot more lifting height out of our crane. Yeah, that's our safety prop. Or do you have any better suggestion? Because that's all the more I could think of to come up with.
Yeah, steel pipe. Why don't you put it on the ground for the night?
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
Okay.
Take the pressure off. Oh, she's already drifted down.
Oh. Where? Yep, that ain't gonna happen. Good luck with that. How much you want to bet that
That'll be snapped by the morning.
that my safety prop will work?
I'll bet you $1 it won't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This guy right here, he bet me $1 that my safety prop will not hold.
By tomorrow, that will be broke.
Are you sure about that? Well, here, you want to hold this while I remove the safety prop?
Proper procedures for removing safety prop.
Do not try this at home. Don't try this at home.
You can try it at work. Don't try it at home.
Right. Oh dear, look how far we have settled down. There. Now, you think you'll be all right to leave it like this?
I would. There's no sense of putting pressure on that thing.
Okay. We'll put it back down.
Slowly.
Well, you did say put it down on the ground.
Uh-oh, it turned off.
So we put it on the ground because that's what we were suggested to do. For safety purposes. But my safety prop wasn't going to hold. Well, there. Safety first. Now we're safe. So I'm out here at the gator, got that the deck suspended. I've screwed up, put my gator this way because the way the wind is blowing this way. Okay, I need to actually park it parallel with the building. Be a good opportunity for a cold start. We need to go empty net wrap barrels anyhow. Ouch. But I'm thankful it started. Well, we've almost made it home, bouncing through the slush that refroze Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then never thawed back out again, so we could smooth it all around to make it all nice and smooth for travel. But we've got all of our daily outdoor activities done. The trash barrels have been emptied. The diesel fuel heaters have been replenished with fuel. The mower deck has been removed, and an explanation has been given. So, without a further ado, I want to encourage you guys to hit that red subscribe button at the bottom of this video. Don't forget to leave a comment and definitely a like. So, we will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Stay warm out there, please.